Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss the geometrical representation of a complex number. So let us go to the video. Generally, when we talk about geometry, one thing will come to our mind. What is that? That is coordinate system, which means x-axis and y-axis, right? Yes, x-axis and y-axis. Generally, why we use these x-axis and y-axis? To represent a point. To represent a point. For example, there is a point 2 comma 3, which means what? The point is at a distance of 3 units from x-axis, 2 units from y-axis. Correct? So that's why to represent a real point, that means any real number or real point, we need a system that is called, that plane is called Cartesian plane. Correct? Cartesian plane. Then what about complex number? What about complex number? As we know, a complex number is denoted by z is equal to x plus iy. Then it can be written in the point form as x comma y, that is ordinates form, x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, let us consider this is also some p. To represent this complex number, we need such a plane that is called that is called Argand plane. Here also we will have some reference lines. As x-axis we have in Cartesian plane, here also there is real axis and imaginary axis, and p is a point. The only except the terms real and imaginary, except that remaining all are same for Cartesian plane, and this is called Argand plane. Now how we will define an Argand plane? Please coming to here the definition. A complex number z is equal to x plus iy represented by a point p x comma y on a plane. Such plane is called Argand plane. Argand plane. So now we will the next definition we are going to learn is modulus of a complex number. So the distance from origin to a point P, that is, suppose this is origin. From origin to the point P is x comma y. The distance from origin to the complex number P is called modulus of z. This is always positive value. That's why. So origin is 0 comma 0. P is x comma y. The distance between them is equal to distance formula x minus 0 whole square, that is x square plus y square. This is denoted by, you can write it as simply mod z over r modulus of z. Finally, I can write mod z is equal to under root x square plus y square. If z is equal to x plus iy, what is mod z ma? Under root x square plus y square. X square plus y square. It is always positive value. Now, what about if I take complex conjugate of the complex number? I mean conjugate of this complex number. Z bar is x minus iy. What is the modulus of z bar? Modulus of z bar is equal to that is also square root of x square plus minus y whole square, that is also x square plus y square. So what we can say, modulus of z is equal to modulus of z bar. This is the property, modulus of z is equal to modulus of z bar. Suppose z is equal to x plus iy, we know that z bar is equal to x minus iy. That what about z into z bar? That is x plus iy into x minus iy is equal to x square plus y square. Can I write it as under root x square plus y square whole square? That is nothing but mod z whole square. So I can write a property z into z bar is equal to mod z square or mod z bar whole square. So z into z bar is equal to mod z whole square. And in the same way we can define other properties also. I mean, the third property, see here ma, the same way I can write mod z power n is equal to mod z whole power n. Suppose this property is the fourth one, z1 into z2 into z3 and so on. For example, if I have modulus of z1 into z2, by using this property, I can write mod z1 into mod z2, modulus of z1 z2. Suppose if you have modulus of z1 z2 z3, you can write it as mod z1 into mod z2 into one more extra mod z3. Okay, these are the things about modulus of a complex number. We will see some examples now. If z is equal to 2 plus 3i, then mod z is equal to, that is square root of, here x plus iy, compare with x plus iy form, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. So 2 square plus 3 square, that is equal to 4 plus 9, which is equal to 13. The same way mod z is equal to, here minus 2 plus 3i, x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 3. So that is minus 2 whole square plus 3 square, which is also root 13. If I have z is equal to minus 1, then what is x and what is y? Can I write it as 0 minus I? The point form. So x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 1 here. So mod z is equal to square root of 0 square plus minus 1 whole square, which will give you 1. Then what about z is equal to 1? This means this is also 1 plus 0 into I. So x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. Therefore here also mod z is equal to under root of 1 square plus 0 square, which is also 1. These are some examples, and we will see some more examples after few concepts. Next thing is amplitude or argument of a complex number. Amplitude or argument of a complex number. So simply amplitude or argument, both are same only terms. This is nothing but an angle. An angle. Simply it is an angle where mod z is nothing but root over x square plus y square. That is a value, positive value, and whereas amplitude is nothing but angle. Then which angle it is? Okay, right. Now we will see. Suppose let us construct x-axis, and that means real axis and imaginary axis. This is real axis and imaginary axis. Let us consider this is origin, and there is a point P x comma y. We already discussed the distance from origin to P is mod z. Simply it is also denoted by the letter R. Then this OP is making some angle theta in the positive direction with the x-axis, that is real axis. The theta is called argument. The theta is called argument. Here The theta is nothing but argument or amplitude. Okay, now coming to here, see another way of defining this argument. As we said, this is p x comma y, right? Now construct a perpendicular from P to the real axis. The real axis. This is real. This is imaginary. And this is O. Now, here, see, P x comma y is here, right? That means what? The distance from x-axis is nothing but y coordinate. That means this is y coordinate. This is x coordinate. This is x coordinate. This is y coordinate. And this is theta. And this is nothing but r. Now, in triangle OPM, in triangle OPM, in triangle OPM, from triangle OPM, see what is cos theta? And cos theta is equal to, cos theta means what? Adjacent by hypotenuse, that is equal to x by r, and sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, that is equal to y by r. So another definition, that means how to define argument from these two equations, by the value of theta which satisfies these equations. The value of theta which satisfies these two equations is also called argument of z. That is, from these two equations, can we write tan theta? As we know that tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta, that is equal to y by r, this is r, by x by r. R cancel, it becomes y by x. So theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. Theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. But by from these two concepts, there are some drawbacks. There are some drawbacks. That means the value of theta is will get the values of theta. We are getting more and more values. Okay, but we cannot decide which to take. For that, another definition, from the above definitions and from above equations, we will get infinite solutions. Okay, but we need a value of theta which lies between, okay, we need a value of theta which satisfies the inequality. That means theta belongs to minus, theta is belongs to minus pi comma pi, where pi is closed and this pi is open, minus pi is open. That means minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi. Such theta is called principal argument. Principal argument, that is also simply known as argument of a complex number. Argument of z. This theta must be lie between what ma? Minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi. But this minus pi is not included. Why we have taken minus pi to pi? See, positive angle and negative angle. In general, we'll start with 0, right? 0. Yeah. From here, or if you this is x-axis, right? P is here somewhere. So depending upon the quadrants, this value will be vary. So up to here, this is defined as 0 to pi, 0 to pi. The same way, this is negative side. This is 0 to minus pi, but minus pi cannot be taken. Only this theta is defined between minus pi to pi. Pi is included. Now we will see, generally a plane is divided into four parts, that as we know that is q1. Q1 means what? Quadrant 1 means both x and y are positive. Here x is positive, y is positive. Here x is negative, y is positive. Here x is negative, y is also negative. Here x is positive, y is negative. Right? This is treated as quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So if the point lies in such a quadrant, either quadrant 1 or quadrant 2 or 3 or 4, so then what will be the argument of z, that we will see now. If the point P belongs to quadrant 1, that is x comma y belongs to quadrant 1, so as we have already discussed, then tan theta is equal to y by x, or I'm taking that this angle as alpha. Okay, alpha is equal to, this is a acute angle. Whenever that means what? This is nothing but argument. From the definition itself, the OP making x-axis with angle, that is called argument. So here I can say that argument is nothing but alpha. Argument is nothing but alpha. If suppose if P belongs to second quadrant, if it belongs to second quadrant, then what will happen? We will see. Okay, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is origin, and let us consider the point P is here. The point P, x comma y, is here. So this x this is OP, and this is perpendicular, so that this is making, let us, I told you, let us consider alpha is a acute angle. So this alpha is acute angle, but what is the definition of argument? It is making, OP is making angle with x-axis, positive direction. This is theta, correct? But this is alpha, but the whole thing is pi. In a straight line, total angle is pi. That's why this becomes pi minus alpha. Pi minus alpha. Yeah, the point P belongs to third quadrant. Third quadrant. That means minus x comma y, minus y, minus x comma minus y. Okay, fine. Again, let us consider the angle alpha is acute angle here. But what is our argument of z? That is amplitude definition is theta. So let us consider the angle. This is theta. That means this is the angle we need, but it is negative angle. Remember, I will clarify in the next step. So this is theta, but the whole thing is what? Whole thing is pi. Again, I can write theta is equal to pi minus alpha, but it is negative direction. That means minus theta is equal to pi minus alpha. That implies theta is equal to minus pi plus alpha. That's why when it is in third quadrant, the argument of z is defined as theta is equal to minus pi plus alpha. Minus pi plus alpha, and the point lies in the fourth quadrant. If the point P belongs to fourth quadrant, that is, yeah, P is x comma minus y. So as it is, alpha is again acute angle. Alpha is acute angle, but this acute angle is nothing but what is our argument again? The OP making with x-axis. So this is itself argument, that is alpha, but it is negative angle. That's why alpha is nothing but minus theta. That implies theta is equal to minus alpha. So this is the case, theta is equal to minus alpha. So what we can say, if p x comma y or q x, if any point p x comma y lies in the first quadrant, then theta is equal to alpha. If this it is in the second quadrant, theta is equal to pi minus alpha. Third quadrant, minus pi plus alpha. Fourth quadrant, minus alpha. So that is the point to remember. So this is how to define argument of z in different quadrants. Next, yes, if the point, suppose like this, if any point in the form 1 comma 0, 1 comma 0, so what will be the argument of that point? So 1 comma 0 means what, ma? Z is equal to, if I write 1, that is nothing but 1 comma 0. So if any point lies on that, you can directly write theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. You can use directly, that is equal to tan inverse 0, that is equal to 0. That's why the point lies on positive x-axis, the argument is 0. In the same way, z is equal to, suppose if I write I, that means 0 comma 1, then theta will be tan inverse 1 by 0, which is equal to tan inverse infinity. Tan inverse infinity means pi by 2. It is undefined, so that's why it is pi by 2. Pi divided by 2. If the point lies on 0 y-axis, that is 0 comma 1, the same way here it is minus 1 comma 0, you will get, this is, for example, z is equal to minus 1. You can written it, you can write it as minus 1 comma 0, right? But as we wrote this, theta is equal to, just assume that, let us consider this minus x comma y form, that is second quadrant. As we know that if it is in second quadrant, theta is equal to pi minus alpha, alpha is equal to 0, that is pi. Theta is equal to pi, theta is equal to pi. In the same way, here you will get minus pi by 2 if the point is in the form 0 comma minus 1. So if z is equal to minus I, that is 0 comma minus 1, that implies theta is equal to minus pi by 2. This is theta is equal to pi. Yeah, so alpha is 0 here, so which means theta is equal to pi minus 0, which is equal to pi. So finally, if the point, if a complex number is z is equal to 1, then its argument is 0. If z is equal to I, that means pi by 2. If z is equal to minus 1, then its argument is pi. If z is equal to minus 1, then argument is minus pi by 2. So this is about the points which lies on the positive x-axis, positive y-axis, negative x-axis, negative. Finally, mod amplitude form of a complex number. So if z is equal to, I know that x plus iy, and in earlier we have defined cos theta is equal to x by r. That implies x is equal to r cos theta. The same way, sin theta is equal to y by r. So y is equal to r sin theta. Substitute those values here. Z is equal to, in place of x, substitute r cos theta plus I into r sin theta, which is, take out r common, cos theta plus I sin theta, z. This is called mod amplitude form of a complex number. So zx plus iy, then its complex mod amplitude form is r into cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is equal to mod z, theta is equal to argument of z. That can be found by using the quadrants, that can be found by using the quadrants. Yes, so that now I can represent cos theta plus I sin theta. You can represent it simply cis theta, cis theta. So we will see some more problems and some other properties in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. Thank you.